Hi guys, I wanted to film a quick vlog today before heading off to work. I'm really taking my upload schedule seriously and trying to stick to my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday uploads. I actually just got out of an interview with Joe Kidwell. He interviewed me for a good half hour, and then Jack from A Clockwork Cranberry jumped into our interview, and we were able to talk with him as well, so it was a lot of fun. Here's hoping that Joe will upload some of that footage and you guys will be able to watch a little bit of it as well. So I wanted to start by thanking you guys for giving me some support, because you knew I was going to go and talk to my father for the first time in a year, and it was a very hard and big step for me. So I wanted to give you guys a quick little spontaneous update, even though my webcam keeps freezing, so I apologize for that. But I'm just going to go ahead. As long as you can hear me, that's all that really matters to me right now. So basically, I had a good hour before meeting up with my dad to be able to spend a little time with my brother, and we went for dinner, which was nice, so I was able to get something in my stomach before, because I feel like when I have a full stomach, I feel a little more calm and at ease. When I don't eat properly, I get a lot more jittery, a lot more nervous, and my anxiety seems to come out a lot more. So basically, we met up. And of course, initially I was still quite nervous. The whole day I was kind of having ruminating thoughts, thinking about what was going to happen. And it was making me pretty scared, but I kept reassuring myself, comforting myself, and just knowing that this was going to make me feel so good to take this step. So basically, we met up. He looks pretty much the same mannerisms, of course, and I had a couple drinks there, so I had a couple glasses of house red wine, and it calmed me down and allowed me to ask the questions I'd been wanting to ask for a long time. However, it made me a bit depressive because alcohol is a depressant, and when you suffer from depression, it can bring you down a little bit. But overall, I think it went pretty well. And I was able to really get into the conversation and find out some things about him. So of course, I broached the topic of mental illness because I feel like when it's your immediate family, you want to know what you were brought up with, what they have, and why you might have certain symptoms. So I found out my dad has generalized anxiety disorder, and he's taking medication for that. He used to have crippling social anxiety growing up, and he also has some OCD tendencies, which I can relate to as well. So I feel like the difference for people that are considered normal and people that have anxiety is people with anxiety will worry about all the steps leading up to the main event, essentially. So let's say you're going to the clinic, a typical person would be scared about getting a diagnosis, finding out what's wrong with them. But someone with anxiety is going to be worried about walking through that doors, what happens if the doors don't open up properly, going and talking to the person, what if you say something stupid, what happens if you don't have all the documents you need, going and sitting down, scared that people look at you, judge you, wonder why you're there. Just the whole lead up, getting into the room, making sure that you find the right doctor, just, all those mini steps. I have a lot of that kind of anxiety, but I definitely do have the social component too, because I do worry what other people think of me when I speak to them, and I definitely, in a lot of situations, struggle with inferiority complex. So I just want to make that clear with you guys that I do have social anxiety. I know it's not nearly as crippling as a lot of other people have on here, and I don't try and, play it up or exaggerate. I try and be myself on here, and I think the fact that I'm not crippled by it gives me that ability to help other people via doing Google Hangouts and interviews and stuff. I feel pretty comfortable in front of the camera now. It doesn't scare me as much as it used to. The first time I started making vlogs, I was very nervous, but I think you can put so many different things in your comfort zone if you make that effort. So at this point, I feel a lot better, and I'm better able to communicate via my vlogs and interviews, and I have a whole new level of comfort with it. So I wanted to explain that to people. I'm not on here trying to fake a persona or be something I'm not. As you guys probably know, depression is my biggest struggle. That is something that's very real and very difficult, and I can feel my mood switch sometimes. And I can go from being in a happy, optimistic mood to a really low state. And at a certain point, I'd like to make a vlog kind of showing you both of those personas I have and basically how they manifest themselves. I'm not saying I have a split personality, I'm just saying I can have some very violent mood swings. I wanted to show you guys how that manifests itself for me. But anyways, back to this whole situation. We talked for I don't even know, 3.5 hours, got to ask all the hard questions. I'd like to elaborate on that a bit in the future, but for now, just to say that it felt good to have this interaction, to open up, to be able to express myself and say, this hurt or this bothered me, and I just put it all out there. So I felt myself cycling through different emotions. We were reminiscing quite a bit since, of course, I grew up with my father, so we were thinking about old family vacations and all these funny moments and good moments, and I was there with my brother, so I felt very comfortable. Some moments I got sad because I remembered that the things I'm reminiscing about, sure, they happened, but life is not the same as it used to be, and so there was a lot of struggles with that through the whole talk, essentially. And so I made it through the whole thing. I'm very proud of myself. I had moments where I felt like I was tearing up and then I might actually have a little breakdown, but I didn't, and I pushed myself through everything. But then I got home and I had a complete meltdown, so I needed that. I got home and just burst out crying, bawled my eyes out, and kind of thought about the whole night, and it was a bit of a hard moment for me, but I know I need to do that. That was the release I needed, just to let it all out. And I can't tell you guys for sure what kind of relationship I'm going to be having in the future with him. I know I want him in my life, but it's going to take slow steps. Every time I'm ready to make a step, I will, but in these kind of situations, you don't force yourself into feeling things when you're not ready. So I'm just going to slowly progress, and I am so proud of myself for doing this, and that breakdown afterwards felt so good. I needed to do that just to let out all those emotions I'd been holding in so long. So I'm going to keep the video at this length today because I know my webcam keeps cutting out. I apologize, but I really wanted to give you guys a video before I leave for work. I hope you guys will understand. And I will be seeing you all on Wednesday because I am trying to set up an interview with Kat with the Hat, and she will talk about her experiences with mental illness. I know she suffers from both social anxiety and an eating disorder as well. So for anyone that wanted to learn about that, it will be very interesting to learn a bit from her perspective. And also, she's a very nice person. She's a lot of fun, so I think you guys will enjoy it. We're trying to set it up hopefully from 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, but I will definitely post the link when it's all set, and you guys will see for sure when it is. So I will see all you guys on Wednesday. Thank you for watching, my precious gems. Bye.